Let's have a look at business documents. Documents record financial transactions of the business. They are in fact the inputs of the accounting system. But before we have a look at some examples of documents, let's have a look at some examples of common financial transactions that a business may have. This hypothetical business is Clean Cut Mowers. They buy and sell ride-on mowers. The blue box in the middle, this is Clean Cut Mowers, and the red arrows represent financial transactions it may have over a course of a reporting period. For example, this one here, cash customer, is a financial transaction between the business and a cash customer. The cash customer gives the business cash because the business has sold its stock. Another one, the transaction between the business and the supplier of the stock for cash. The business uses many services such as advertising, cleaning, rent, and of course there'll be financial transactions between the business and these suppliers of the services. There are some unusual transactions, for example, internal transactions such as the depreciation of non-current assets. It's a transaction and it also needs to be recorded. The business may have a transaction with the owner. The most common example would be the capital contribution of assets by the owner to the business, or when the owner draws out assets for their own private use, drawings. ATO stands for the Australian Taxation Office, and the business will have financial transactions between itself and the Australian Taxation Office. If the business sells stock to a customer on credit, that customer is a debtor, and that transaction will need to be recorded as well. So that's a common financial transaction with a trading business that sells on credit. If it buys its stock on credit, then it has a financial transaction with a creditor, the supplier of that stock on credit. And it also has transactions with its bank, for example, when it borrows and repays money. So the red arrows just represent some examples of financial transactions that a business may have over a reporting period. Now, transactions have to be recorded on business documents, and here are some examples of common types of business documents. This one on the top left-hand corner is a check butt. It shows that $19,800 has been paid by the business using check number 64 to purchase stock, in this case 9 mowers. So this check butt is the record of the cash purchase or the cash payment the business has made on the 4th of October. This one on the right, the Clean Cut Mowers, receipt number 51. This is an example of a cash inflow, a cash receipt. The business in this case has sold stock to cash customers and received $22,000 for the sale of that stock. A memo is a miscellaneous type of transaction, and this one records the fact that the owner has contributed his personal computer to the business. That's a capital contribution, and that's evidenced by this particular document called a memo. This one here, Clean Cut Mowers, this is an invoice. An invoice is a record of a credit transaction. In this case, the business has sold stock to a debtor called Geelong High. So Geelong High owe the business, that is Clean Cut Mowers, $8,800 because of the credit sale of stock. Here's another invoice, but this one comes from the creditor or supplier of the stock on credit. So in this one, our business, Clean Cut Mowers, owes Ace Mowers $4,400 because it has purchased stock on credit. It owes them $4,400 and it has 14 days to pay that amount. There's another memo here recording an unusual transaction that is taking stock out of the business for used for advertising or promotional purposes, for example at an expo or some sort of trade fair. And these last two are examples of internet transfer documents. This one on the yellow one is a payment showing $2,000 has been transferred from the business's bank account, Clean Cut Mowers, to the owner's personal account, drawings $2,000. And this one's a receipt showing that cash $9,000 has been contributed by the owner, Bob, to the business's account, Clean Cut Mowers. So these are all examples of common business documents recording financial transactions.